Alright folks, welcome back to Tomahawk Coins. Today's video we will be hunting this box of dimes. Be looking for any possible silver, any proofs, any errors, and anything else that might be of interest. If I do find anything of interest, I will bring you in and show you along the way. Otherwise, I will bring you back for the wrap-up. Alright folks, here is the wrap-up to the dime box hunt. It's a pretty good box overall. Did not find any silver or any proof coins. However, we did find several very nice, lightly circulated older coins. With that said, here are the finds. Found several out of the 80s, but here's a 67. Not too much luster left on it, but a lot of good detail. 74. 77. 80 out of Philly. So I have several different 80s that have very good strikes. A lot of luster left on them. 81 out of Philly. 81 out of Denver. 82 out of Philly. 82 out of Denver. 83 out of Philly. 83 out of Denver. 84 out of Philly. 84 out of Denver. 85s out of Philly. Like I said, luster on these are still wonderful. A couple little minor flaws here and there, but like I said, lightly circulated. 85 out of Denver. 87 out of Philly. 87 out of Denver. 88 out of Philly. 88 out of Denver. And a really nice 99 out of Philly. Found several 2010s. Once again, lightly circulated. Yeah, you can see a little bit of, I guess what you'd say, a little bit of chatter, little tiny nicks, probably contact marks from rubbing up against other coins. But my guess with all these that are lightly circulated like this, more than likely got part of somebody's collection dump. And was highly delighted to get these 2009s, which are, once again, low mintage. And you can see how nice these 2009s are. These go more into the circulated, those are the last two there. And we found one 2009 out of Denver. Now these here are 1970 and a 1970D that has the reverse of the 68 proof. And you tell that because right there on the flame you have much greater detail. The regular coins would be a lot more flat, would not have those flame details. So those are a type of error that you should look for, and if you find any, hold on to. Now this 2005. I have a few others like this, I think about the same year, if not maybe 2004. You can see a die chip there on the back of his head. I call it the cowlick Roosevelt. Here's another one, a little bit more prominent, of a die chip there on the back of the head. Alright, the next few I've set aside to show off the die chips that I was able to find. For this one here, you can see die chip right there, the top of the olive leaves. That was a 2016. Here's a 2017 that has a very nice large die chip here, and a smaller one there on the oak leaves. The next one was a 2017 as well, and you will see it here, the top of the olive leaf again. There's a small die chip there, as well as a die chip here on the stalk of the olive branch. You can also see slight die chip there on the oak branch. You can see some die chips here at the base of the torch. Alright, this one is a 2018, and you have a few die chips here at the base of the torch, as well as up here towards the top bands of the torch. Okay, for this 2019, we have a couple of die chips here at the bottom of the torch, and we have here at the bottom of the flame. And there's a few here on the olive leaves as well, and a few right there at the again at the stem of the olive branch. Some pretty nice little die chips, errors. Now all of these here I have found that are either grease-filled dies, or the dies were at the end of their lives and were about to be replaced with newer dies. Because as you can see, all around the area on that and towards the rims, it's a weak strike all the way around. Most of the motto is gone, and the date is hardly legible. And like I said, that's either due to grease-filled dies or just die deterioration. So I found quite a few of those, especially 2016 seems to be the worst year for those. I don't know if the dies just weren't made as well, or the employees were not watching at the mint in time to replace them. And this one here is 2013. You can see some of the starburst effect coming out here and up here, and a little bit back here in the back. That starburst effect is either the metal alloys not being properly mixed, or I've also heard that it is where the employees have greased the die, and then upon the first few strikes of the coins after greasing the die, it causes the grease to basically squirt out towards the edge. They'll flow towards the edge, so you'll get this starburst looking pattern. So for the next few I pulled aside, I had to put them up underneath the scope, digital microscope, to show them off. This one here, you can see the It's got a pretty good machine doubling going on. You can really see it right there on the S. You see throughout some of the other lettering where there's a doubling going on, but it's not true. It's not a true double die. It's machine doubling. It's where when the die struck the coin, for whatever reason it gave it a little jolt, a little jerk, and for whatever reason it ends up giving you a secondary image that's flat shelf like. This one also has a die chip there at the base of the torch. You hang on for 1 minute while I put the next one up. Here on the screen is a 2018, and what's interesting about this one here is the streaks that you see in the field of the coin are feeder finger marks. What happens is that there is a feeder that pushes the planchet down into between the anvil and the die, and as it moves out of the way, it places the planchet to be stamped, and it doesn't always move out of the way prior to the dies striking the planchet. And when that happens, it scrapes across the dies and transfers those scratches onto the fallen coins because they're now part of the die. So you'll see these are behind, they're in the field of the image. All the raised reliefs, the image, are unaffected, but it's behind all that. It's in the field. So these are called feeder finger marks. It is a type of error since it's coming from the mint and it's a mistake on their end. I don't believe it's been like an attributed type of error. So if you wanted to send it off for grading, I don't think they're going to say that this has feeder finger marks, written on the grade. But it's something to look out for. I have a few others I'm going to show you. So again, hang on for just a moment, and I'll put those up. And here we have a 2019. And once again, you can see those feeder finger marks in the field. Now, from my understanding, you can possibly find these on nearly any coin, any year. However, it seems to be that the majority of these that have been found here lately are from 2018 and 2019. I found a 2017 that has very, very light markings, but the real prominent ones are from 2018 and 19. I'll show you one more, and then we will conclude this video. Alright, here is the last coin that I had found with that same anomaly, the feeder finger markers. Again, you can see the streaks here. Once again, it's going to always be on the field of the coins. It would have to be a really severe scratch if it were to get down into the grooves where the design is at. So typically it's going to be, once again, in the fields. Hope that's a helpful little tidbit of information for you to be looking out for on anytime you're doing any coin hunting. And now for the ending of our video, we have in memoriam those coins that have seen better days and are now drawing an end to their lives. They will go back out into circulation to finish their duties until they are pulled out and destroyed by the mint. And I also like to point out, it's always kind of disappointing when you find a lower denomination in a roll of higher value denomination. Found that penny in a roll of the dimes. I think that one needs to be retired. Anyway, that will do it for this dime box hunt. If you like this video, I ask that you please consider subscribing, give the video a thumbs up, and if possible, please share. You never know what you'll find if you aren't looking. As always, heads up, no fear, stay safe everyone, and thanks for watching.